Cool. Alright, so just firstly, we want to find out a little bit about Ben, if that's all right. So, what influenced you to basically get into boxing?
My dad. My dad was a fighter in the army. He fought amateurs before that, then he went in the army, fought with the Royal Green Jackets, done really well in the army. He was an army champion. My uncle was a pro, my granddad was a fighter. It's just in my family bloodline, and it's just all I know really. So they've taught me that from growing up, and I don't know no different.
Okay, so what age did you kind of first remember going to the gym?
A bit late actually. I think I must have been about 13, I say. I think 13 I was. But I was always training at home, my dad doing the basics since I was remember. But I only went to a club at that age.
Yeah.
But I think that was more down to my dad than me. But he pretty thought that was the right time.
And then obviously you started training. So what kind of in your mind was like, yeah, I want to do this properly?
I tell you what, it was like my first. I didn't have that feeling for a while actually. I know I was decent at it, but my brother was better than me, who done box somewhat. But I'm pretty smart at him, but he's better physically. Anyway, so I was just going there. I thought I was half decent. My dad loved it, and I thought, oh, I'll go, it makes him happy, whatever. Yeah. I enjoyed it anyway. But anyway, then I went on my first championships after about 9 fights, and I fought a three-time schoolboy champ, which was quite a big deal. And I beat him. And when I beat him, I thought, fucking hell, I'm good at this. I can maybe.
How old were you then?
I was like, what? Must have been about 15? 15? Yeah, must have been 15. And then I had won that fight, and I thought, fucking hell, I won it. Like, me and my trainer really trained hard to fight this guy, one guy. We knew he was going to fight him in the first round, and we beat him, and then from there, I just believed in myself, basically.
Yeah. How long did you kind of stay in the amateur scene for?
First fight must have been about 14, it was 14, and I stopped when I was...
Do you remember who that was against?
I do actually, yeah. A guy called Tyler McCarthy, who I lost. And I lost my full fight. I lost that and I lost my full fight. Then I went on a massive winning streak and won about 25 fights unbeaten.
What was your total amateur?
I had 41 fights, 36 wins.
So going into the pro ranks, what kind of what was the decision to go turn pro then?
I've always been a big puncher, so the pro game is obviously it suits me better. But I was also too young, and my dad. It's more my dad controlling me when I went pro than when I wanted to go pro. Yeah. When he thought I was ready and strong enough, he said go pro.
What age were you again?
I was about 21, 22.
21,
21, yeah, 21 I debut.
And your first fight was at York Hall, wasn't it?
York Hall, yeah. I fought a guy called Jason McCardle.
So what, from your perspective, what was the difference between amateur and pros?
Not much actually. It's really weird. I suppose obviously people are a bit more bouncy now, but I thought the sort of same way anyway. So to me, it wasn't much different. I didn't really change too much. I sort of just picked things up myself and just done with that. Taught me for out my whole amateur career and things like that. I followed my dad. So I didn't really change much really. It's only now you're seeing big changes to work with Angel and Jorge.
So when you had your first fight, how did that kind of come about? Obviously, you had to get a promoter or a management team, and was that? How easy was that? And talk to me a little bit about that.
I was clueless, honestly, at the time because I was 21, didn't know what to do. I was with a coach called Paul Cook, the dad of the father of world champion Nicky Cook, obviously. So I ended up in signed with him. And I needed a manager. I went with Steve Goodwin, who managed me for the first few fights. And then what it is, I believed in myself and thought, I can be a matchroom. I feel like I can be a matchroom. So I thought, what can I do? So I thought, Joe, I need little change up, and I went with Peter Sims, thinking that's a good avenue. I had a really good relationship with Peter Sims, which was really good for me. Really got along.
So that the matchroom kind of gym associated, wasn't it?
Yeah. So if you do well there, I think you can do well at matchroom. So that was my incentive to go in there. So I went there with that in the back of my mind. But then from that, I did build up a good relationship with Peter. I learned a few things, went up on the title, and it went really well from there. Really.
Just going back, like your first fight at York Hall. Because obviously York Hall's like small, it's like a little cauldron kind of thing. Yeah. Like, what was that like? When walking out and...
I wasn't nervous one bit. I'm not really a nervous character, I'm very chilled. But I wasn't nervous, but I'm never really nervous. I just turn up and fight, mate. It's simple as that with me. It's weird,
because a lot of people I speak to that have said the fight at York Hall is they find that more nerve-wracking.
I don't.
Because it's like right inclined, isn't it?
It's loud. I've had a good fight there. I fought an English title eliminator there, which I won. I stopped on the cut, but I won. But that was loud. That was a really good fight. It was both up and down, and then so I was loud in there. But once I was nervous, it's most nervous of being in your court. I actually enjoy boxing in your court.
Yeah.
It's like that, more so than being nervous. I enjoy it.
It's like a legendary kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and I always box well there, so like, I don't mind it. So in the back of my head subconsciously, I was like, I want to box well, so I just go there chilling.
So when you talk about how the Eddie kind of thing happened, how you got signed, because you were with Goodwin before. How did that kind of happen?
Through Peter Sims, really. He come down and watched me sparred well. He just gave me a shot on his shows, but fair play to Eddie. Like first fight I had him, I'm sure, but I can't remember. But like, I boxed shit.
Was that the 02, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been 02 or might have been one before that. I'm not sure. But I boxed shit. Then I boxed shit again, and I think I might even boxed shit again. I don't know, but he kept with me, and then I started doing alright. Do you know what I mean? So Eddie's patient. Eddie's very patient. But Eddie's cool. And from there, it just come from Peter Sims, obviously impressed him, and I just started my stripes that way, and just eventually performing.
Yeah. There's one question I wanted to ask you actually about one of your fight, the Southern area fight. Where was that at York?
That was a copper box.
Copper box, that's it. I was trying to think of a venue. Can you remember who that?
That was against Chris Ajadua.
Yeah.
Who was from Brentwood, who was trained by Jamie Williams, who was.
Yeah, I vaguely kind of remember that fight. It was because West Ugand's a copper box. I think it's
next week, isn't it?
Yeah, Saturday. Okay. Not been to the copper box kind of thing. What's that venue like?
I prefer it to go too. I did anyway.
Yeah.
Probably not as big, but like it just fits newer.
Everyone says it's like not a bad seat in a house at the copper box as well.
Right,
so kind of like a.
I've not been in the stands, but it's just there's everything's brand new in it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like it's brand new. Change room is brand new. Everything's brand new.
Yeah.
So I prefer it to go to. Yeah.
Okay, so after you know you had a few fights with Eddie, obviously you got the kind of Carson Jones fight, which is a bit
sad.
Yeah,
sad.
Yeah. So how did all that come about? Like, took for you.
I tell you, I should pick this up and I want to pick this up. I want to do it anyway. It come from that fight. Come from I beat Chris. Apparently Eddie said how would you put Ben against Carson Jones to Peter? And Peter put me to it, and I said, yeah, sweet. Pretty too soon, but I know it's just the sort of person I was at the time. I was like, yeah, sweet. Anyway, so it didn't materialise then, and it materialised when I was inactive. Didn't fight fucking from January to I think the fight was November. I had one in between of Carly's a 4-rounder, but
was that because of injuries and
just fucking I don't know what was going on. To be honest, I can't remember, but injuries were a big factor on mine, obviously. Outside the ring was me also, I wasn't doing the right lifestyle, I was fucking about. So injuries and that were a factor. I can't really place when, at that specific time, but there was a lot of ups and downs, but that's what it was, isn't it?
So the fight was put to you, and you were like, yeah, I'll have it kind of thing. Was there any talk from your trainer thinking, I'm not sure, were they like, no,
Peter would knock him out. Knock him out.
Yeah.
Well, saying that, to Peter, from the Chris Ajadua fight, I think Peter did say we'll have one more, but it just didn't turn out like that. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to take what you're given at the end of the day.
Sometimes opportunities come up in it, and you've got to take them.
And I believed in me, and he believed in me in it. So like, it was a fight we thought we was ready for, innit? I went in there. The fight went 6 rounds in or something, but I thought I was pretty nicking the fight. But obviously I was out of shape, and he was getting on top of me, he was bashing me up, and it didn't have a bad start. I did hurt him one point.
I watched it the other day, I think.
I buffed him, innit?
Yeah.
And I don't have a body shot as well. Listen, I wasn't doing much work, but like if I was fit, I know I would have done. It would have been a different story. But I appreciate Carson for teaching me that lesson, innit? And then from that, it's pretty the next question now.
Do you know what? I wanted to ask you about your preparation, like how long you got to kind of prepare for.
I had enough time, mate. I had enough time.
Is it and you had like the full camp kind of thing? And
I had enough time, but I wasn't
just kind of discipline. Because I was watching the fight the other day, and you just touched upon it. I think it was the 3rd round where you kind of wobbled him.
Yeah. And
then your hand went in the 4th.
That hand was fucked. Yeah, it was fucked. That went while I hit him with looking right over the top, and it fucked my hand up. But my hand was fucked. You know, the tendon was snapped. Like I couldn't punch him at all. Man. I don't know why I wanted it, but again, ego. I had a big ego at the time. I was like, I'm the man. All I do is turn up.
Because it was one of the, I can't remember what round, I think it was the 5th when I think Eddie was basically saying pull you out, and I think you and your trainer were like basically you want one more round. And, in hindsight, is that something you maybe think, do you know what, maybe I should have, like my hands fucked, right, I should have just called it quits? Or
I would say that if I come out getting beat up, it didn't hurt me once, so like it couldn't hurt me, so there's no damage being done to it. You land a couple of little shots, do you know what I mean? But there's nothing, the wall town's fine, do you know what I mean? It's a bad shoulder. Obviously that probably fucked up my shoulder injury going on, so I'd probably answer your question, you're probably right actually. But physically, taking damage, I didn't really take much damage. I know I was taking shots, but I like to think I got a good chin.
It was a close fight.
It was a close fight.
It was a close fight. I mean, it's unfortunate, obviously you got the injury and what have you, but I mean,
it was close enough, innit? Do you know what I mean? But it was just, you could see I was out of shape and something was wrong, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Because Carson Jones is no walkover really. If you look at his resume, he's quite a tough.
Mate, he was in shape for me, let's get it right. He was in shape, he come shredded, mate. Pinging it, wasn't it? Yeah. Everything here, shredded up, and I mean, he come over here not long ago, he was a fucking stone heavier. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just a bit like, it makes me like a donut, do you know what I mean? But like, it is what it is, isn't it, at the end of the day? But he was in shape for me. And from that night, I went out to Big Bear, and that was from him.
Yeah, that was basically what I was going to lead on to. Like, talk to me about kind of what happened after that then.
He just had a soft spot for me, Carson. I think he could see something was up. Do you know what I mean? I think he said to me, you could tell I had big potential, and I think he knew something was up. I'm not sure. And then we had to put a relationship with him after that fight. And then just got talking. He was like, "Would you come out in a Big Bear?" And I was like, "Oh, fucking cool."
Was this long after the fight, or was this like a kind of?
Well, yeah, it was before Christmas, so it must have been a month. Yeah. I remember it. It was just before I was going out Christmas Eve. I remember it. And he's messaging me saying, "Would you come to Big Bear?" And I thought, "Fucking what?" Like, I was in a depression, mate. I'm going out. I was all living that life. I wasn't giving a fuck about anything. I was all feeling sorry for myself. Yeah. And I was talking to him, and I think he knew I was feeling like that. He was like, "Would you come out to Big Bear?" And I was like, "What?" And from then, I thought, "Fucking hell, like, alright, sweet." And
was that basically to go out and literally base yourself out there? Yeah. So
to go out there, prove my worth.
Yeah.
And I prove my worth, stay out there. Which I did, but I was injury, and also I didn't have the money to stay out there. It's about $1,100.
Did you basically split from Sims, or was it like mutual, or?
Yeah, it was a bit. Obviously, I think he's a bit upset by how that went in it. But like I was all over the place and things like that. I needed to go and do that in it for me. So yeah, I needed to go to America to sort myself out, and it did. So I don't regret it, to be honest, because I needed it for me. It's about me, man. It's my career.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to fucking win titles, and I needed to sort of get around something, and I did. So I don't regret it.
So when you went out there, talk to me about the whole.
Sick,
yeah. What was it like? I assume you lived actually.
Yeah, you live in the thing, man. Like, have you seen it on YouTube and that?
I've seen bits of it, and I've seen. It's got like living quarters. Yeah. And what have you.
Either side, yeah. One side's for like the veterans, all that. That one's the more frustrated people. But everyone up there is so good. Or saying, I don't know about prospects. I was sharing a room with Michelle Sorrow. Who's he's a really, really good fighter. I think he might have won a world title now, I'm not sure. But it was a bit surreal, yes, getting there. I've seen the videos on YouTube, playing outside there, you get there, fucking hell, I'm here, like. Yeah. You see little restaurants, you see they all go to and eat, fucking hell, I'm here, like. What's going on, like? So I went there and then you meet Abel, fucking hell, like. Then you're in the gym, walk around the gym, you're seeing all like the photos and achievements of the gyms, the fighters, the coaches. Yeah. And it's just like how decorated it is, and you just think, wow, like. And then from there, I'm impressed, like, I've done really, really well, like. I went really well, Abel liked me, and he thought I was good, and I just thought, fucking hell, like, it's gave me a big burst of life, like, literally, I needed it bad. I needed that experience, like, it gave me a big burst of life, like, faith. I really felt the faith again, like, from going there, I thought, well, I can do this, and I got hungry again, I come back, I was injured, I'd done my shoulder out there, but I couldn't really afford staying out there. It's a lot of expensive food, staying out and all that.
Do you have to pay for like living quarters?
Yeah, it's a bit of money. A bit of money. I can't do that yet. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. I was going to go back there, but then I come back. I signed with MTK. I could have went back, but I didn't go back because I teamed up with a couple of boys from MTK.
How long were you out there in total?
Only about 4 weeks.
stuff. But out of that, you must have taken so much. Like,
oh man, I did. My game improved so much just from being out there.
And what was obviously Golovkin? What was he like?
I'll be honest. I only saw him for like a day, innit? Because I think he just had a fight. He would just get back in the training.
Yeah.
So I was injured. They was shooting an advert in Hollywood. I was trying to do it in Hollywood, and I went down there, and then he was there, and he come over to me and shook my hand, which was nice. He come out his way, said hello to me. Yeah. So I heard about you the other day. It was really nice, and it just made me feel really, really good.
Was it the thing where he's got off again, wow, or was he like quite down to earth?
He's down to earth, but you can sense his aura like as a star, like as a star, just by looking at it, like just sense it. I think, do you know what I mean? It's a star. But he's very humble. I had lunch with him. He's just a chill, just a normal human being, just like everybody else.
Yeah, no, it's he seems kind of down to earth. But what was Abel like as well as a trainer?
Abel's good. I like Abel. Abel's a good man. No nonsense sort of guy.
He reminds me of like the American Joe Gallagher kind of thing, like defends his fighters to the.
Yeah, he does back it. I've noticed that since this Canelo stuff. But
yeah, what was he like? What advice did he give you, and what did you learn from the 4 weeks?
I learned about balance, being with Abel. I learned about hard work. I learned about being fit, but mainly balance. A lot of work on balance up there. So my balance improved dramatically from coming there. It's improving more even now being with Angel and Jorge.
Yeah. What was like day-to-day training like out there?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday you spar and run. Tuesday run like 4 miles or whatever, and then Tuesday, Thursdays you're doing sprints, about a mile and a half run, a mile and a half of sprints, a mile and a half back, I think something like that. And then you're doing no punching, and you're doing like strength conditioning for like 2 hours, but it's 2 hours of work. Yeah. It's 2 hours of work.
And after those 4 weeks, you just felt like a completely different person, like
just totally different human being. Just got the confidence back, got the faith back, and just being around the right people, just it shone off on me,
So you come back, you said you signed for MTK. How did that kind of come about?
I just messaged a guy I know from over there. Obviously seen me spar there a few times, and he's a good man, and I think he likes me a bit, so I spoke to him and just went out there, and I went out through that and signed with him, and then come back, and obviously injuries and just a load of nonsense. And
yeah, because you were scheduled to fight, was it this year or last year?
This year.
Was it
July? John Tandy, but things just didn't, it wasn't right, so...
Was that with a previous trainer?
Yeah, I wasn't ready to fight, man. I wasn't ready to fight. Now I'm ready to fight. I was just trying to rush myself. I feel like I was trying to be rushed a bit. Yeah. Just relax and just let me get in shape and let me do my thing, like these guys have. I'm reasonably fit now, and I'm boxing brilliant. Like you can see.
Yeah, I've seen. Obviously,
you see me train yourself, but then when I'm watching, you can see my shit. And you can see I'm the shit. Nah, I'm joking, but.
I'll post some more of your footage later on. Obviously, not too much. I don't want to give too much away.
Nah, it's fine, but you can see in it that I'm ready now. Innit? I'm getting ready to fight. I am ready to fight now. So it's because I've took my time, put the work in, and that's because they've been very understanding and they've just took the time with me and stuff like that. So
just talk to me how you got with Angel then.
Just messaged him, mate, when things didn't work out. Like trying to get rushed and things like that, and then it just didn't materialise. And then. I just thought, I'm not fucking way around. I want to listen. I know what I want to do, because someone else's opinions of whatever doesn't mean I have to follow that. Oh, this is my life. I'll follow what I want to do. I know what I need to do. So, in my head, I needed to train for a while, so I'll continue training. So I messaged Angel and told him what I want to do. I'm gonna continue training for a bit until I get in shape. And when I'm ready, or when you think I'm ready, just let me know. And he has. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a rapport between you guys. Well, not just you, between everyone. And it's like a mini little family between you, even you UFC guys. And Angel kind of seems, obviously he's a trainer, but he's like a bit like a mate.
One of the lads, isn't it?
Yeah, he's one of the lads. Totally.
Yeah, he's cool. I like Angel.
How long have you been with him?
I've only been here. I don't know. I was with Jorge. They're the same, Jorge and Angel. But I was with Jorge for about 3 weeks, and then I was with Angel. I've been with Angel fucking about a month now. I don't know, mate. I'd say
the first time I came here was about 5 weeks ago. And I think you were here, kind of thing.
Yeah. I'd say so.
And so you got Jorge as well. So you kind of got that experience with Angel's kind of youth as well. So you've got kind of a bit of everything. Obviously you got the bond with the lads as well, kind of thing. So, all right. So what's happening with you now? You've come down. You're not welterweight. You're gonna super lightweight, am I?
Yeah, my first fight's at welter. I'm gonna do my first.
Are you gonna do welter? Yeah.
First fight's gonna be at welter, then we'll see. But in my head, the plan was to come down, but we'll have the first fight and we'll make a decision.
And roughly, when is that fight? Your first fight? Your
back end of November. Back end of November it's gonna be.
Is that gonna be an MTK show? Maybe?
Yeah, like, I don't know what's going on. They want to do their announcing it, so I suppose. So they do their
no,
show.
absolutely. I'm just. Oh, that's good. Well, at least we're gonna kind of see you back again. I know you've got to go do your training. There's a couple of questions I wanted to ask you. So okay, so the first one is 12 to 24 months. Where do you see yourself now?
12 to 24.
So you next 12 months, where do you see yourself?
British champion, I think.
And then in 24.
I believe I'll be a British champion in 12 months. I believe so.
Because you said you're starting off like.
I am starting slow, but I want to have them quite quick. Listen, skill-wise, listen, I believe I'm top notch and I believe I'm world class skill-wise. Yeah, welterweight, I believe I'm world class. I do. No, there's nothing wrong to say. That's what I believe. So it's just a matter of being in shape. It's not about learning so much. Listen, I've got a lot to learn, Angel, but I believe my skills are there. So it's about being in shape.
Just fine tuning kind of the bits.
Being in shape, just more being in shape. Just that's been my issue in the past, isn't it? So just being in shape 4, 6, 8, and then go up. But skill-wise, I could fight a British title now. I believe that. Okay. Well, congratulations on Johnny winning that anyway, Johnny Garner.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah, honestly, it was a really good fight. I think he was a well underdog for that.
He was asked. I'll be honest, I thought Gary was going to be. I did. But his jab was brilliant. That fight, and he busted him up with the jab and the left hook. But
I'd quite like to see a rematch of that.
Maybe, yeah, that'd be good. Oh, Gary might underestimate him. I'm not sure, but I like both of the guys, man. They're both good guys. And that's the level I want to get. I mean,
Gary fought for a world title. Was it last December? Wasn't it against
Horn, Jeff Horn?
So he's no mug kind of thing. So.
No, he's not.
I'd like to see that one again. Alright, if you had to fight for the British title, say for your next fight, who would you like?
Anyone, man. It's all the same. I just know what I can do, and what I can do is I know I can beat everybody. So I don't really care who it is.
Yeah. Alright then. Okay, so if you had to fight at one venue or one country, one stadium, where would it be?
Vegas, isn't it?
Vegas.
Like, was it MGM? Is that the place in it?
MGM.
Yeah, it's got to be in it.
Yeah.
It's got to be. And I grew up watching Mayweather in it, so I want that.
And what would be the ring music?
I'm a bit weird, like. I went and watched a film with my girlfriend Lauren the other day, Halloween. Like. Do you know that sound?
Is that any good? I want to see that. Is that?
That's a bit shit.
Really?
Yeah. But do you know the sound of the little theme tune, yeah? I'm a bit weird, like, I like things like that.
Well, Dylan White comes out to
Jaws.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I like shit like that.
So you're going to come out to like something...
Something odd. But I do like my hip hop, so it would be something like that, 90s hip hop, like, that's my thing, but I like the weird shit.
What about some of the music Angel and Marcus play?
I'm good.
The disco and that. Music. The other thing as well, obviously you've got the World Boxing Super Series. Was that something that you potentially do?
Oh, of course, man. That's a piece, man. Look at the money there again, bro. I'll jump at that, man. Yeah, man. If I was in shape, listen. Again, I'll say it. Skill and wise, I believe in more class. I would go in anyone. Do you know what I mean? Literally anyone. It's just about being in shape with me. And if I was in shape, I would jump right in that, mate. But I'm inexperienced. I would.
Well, listen. Now you've got to do training soon. But thank you so much for giving us the interview. Before you go, is there any shout your social media out? Any sponsors?
Just Ben Hall, hit me up. Whatever, man. That's it. I want to go and train with, and that's it. So let's go.
Cool. All right. Nice.